going on, everybody? Welcome back to today's video. My name is Marky, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how basic shapes can help transform your art. The hope is that learning and understanding basic shapes will help you go from noob to pro very quickly in just one video. So whether you are just starting out or you've been creating for years, there's one thing that can truly elevate your work, and that is mastering the basics. Intro. So now, at its core, everything we see in art is built from basic shapes, some of which I'm assuming you're already familiar with, such as your circles, squares, and triangles. And if you're not familiar with these, then honestly, we have a lot of work to do. So yeah, these basic shapes can also be called your Kirby's, SpongeBob's, and Patrick's. Even the like button and subscribe button are built from basic shapes. Check it out for yourself right below the video. But it's not just about drawing them, it's about understanding the purpose behind each shape and how using it can help you develop a basic understanding of proportion and anatomy. And as such, the construction of your art becomes easier and clearer. Now let me show you an example of what I mean. On the left, we have artist A with a character built with no real thought to the structure. The forms are all over the place, making the drawing come across less clear and overall less appealing. But take a look at the character on the right from artist B. It's stronger, more visually appealing, and hints more of an artist having a better understanding of their structure and form than artist A. Believe it or not, understanding shapes is a large percentage of what you need to know to construct a solid character illustration, without having to know every last bone and muscle group in the human body. But instead, you can know the very basics of each group and use simple shapes to represent them. Example, the biceps, the triceps, and the deltoids, which are muscles used to develop your upper arm. And all three of these could be represented simply with the use of circles, half circles, maybe some cylinders. When you understand the basic shape language and shapes and how to use it in construction, you don't have to beat yourself up too much to understand the very complex human anatomy which many artists struggle with, even big-time professionals that you know of. But instead, as you gradually get better and develop a stronger understanding of each muscle group, bone placement, and etc., you can simply start adding more details to make your work more convincing. What I mean by this is to say, you don't have to jump in this toxic pool that we know has the human body, because it's very complex. It's too much for a baby brain like yourself, and maybe even me. So instead of suffering and pressing yourself so much to know every single muscle group, it's better for you to know the core shapes in developing each. Example, as I said, the deltoid, which is your shoulder muscle right here, your biceps, your triceps, your forearm, your wrist, your hand, and your fingers, your knuckles. Knowing those and the shapes you could use to develop those would be way easier for you than knowing each individual muscle, each individual bone used to develop it. You'll just stress yourself out. I know big time artists who do know every or a lot of human anatomy, how each body part works, like the smallest detail. But I also know professional artists who don't know more than 10 parts of the body. But anyways, that's it for this cut. I'm not home. I'm not home right now, so sorry for the echo, sorry for the noise, but we're just gonna run back into the other cut. Actually, this has way better lighting than the other cut, whatever the heck, the room, my normal studio or office, whatever. Too much talking. Next cut. Also, if you're liking this video so far and looking for more in-depth art tutorials and breakdown videos, then be sure to check out today's video sponsor, my Patreon. I'm going to be uploading a lot of exclusive art content that you can find useful, but more on that later. Now, it's very important to understand that there are two genres of shapes you can use in construction, at least to my understanding, which are geometric and organic shapes. Geometric shapes are the shapes we are all familiar with, once again your Kirby's, SpongeBob's, and Patrick's. Organic shapes, on the other hand, are shapes that aren't based on the same principles that geometric shapes are. Geometric shapes will be more mathematical and even in proportion. Organic shapes tend to defy those rules to create something that can be used in any scenario you can imagine. A good example of an organic shape in real life are things like trees, you know, the way how they grow and bend, you know, those really weird ones, Japanese type, or seaweed when it's underneath the water and it's waving. I don't know if it's actually that's how it's waved, but I see it look like that in Minecraft and SpongeBob, so I don't know. Because they aren't as accurate shape-wise as geometrical shapes are. Alright, so real quick, Editor Marky here. I had to intervene in the video because I've come to understand that where I was going in the second half of the video was kind of relevant or I wouldn't even say irrelevant, it just wasn't given as much information as I would like it to give. So let me break it down a little bit easier and simpler and quicker. So pretty much what I was trying to say is that you have two types of shapes: organic shapes and geometrical shapes. Geometrical shapes are based more on mathematical principles. They're more even. Organic shapes are shapes that don't really follow up on those mathematical principles. They behave differently. And the point of me bringing up both those shapes was simply to say that a combination of both these shapes are what you are going to be using in order to create whatever you want to draw. So a good example is if you're constructing the human body. First off, you're going to start by understanding the basic shapes needed to construct the human body. You know, that your square for your head, your circle, the box for the body, whatever you want to say. Then your organic shapes come into play whenever you realize that your deltoids or your shoulder muscle isn't just a simple circle, it's a bit of an organic shape, right? A good example or a good teacher of this topic is that one Proco video that I saw way back when, years ago. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now because I don't remember the name of it, but I think it's like 6 steps to draw anything. So in that video, the guy who was teaching was a very good teacher, by the way. He mentioned that you had to first understand the shapes, then you have to get the education on what you're trying to draw. So for example, if you're trying to draw the human body, you're going to understand the shapes of the human body, then you're going to get yourself educated with the human body, you know, the basic anatomy and stuff like that. Then you can start manipulating the shapes, aka get more stylized with whatever you're drawing. So all in all, that's really it. That's really it to the entire topic of this video. Really and truly, it's very simple. It's not hard to understand. If you're a beginner, you can draw practically anything you can imagine once you understand shapes and construction and form at a basic level. Then you understand whatever you want to draw. That could be a dog. You understand the anatomy of a dog, how their ears work, how their body works. Whatever you're interested in, you have all right to understand it, learn about it, learn how it works. And then you can combine those two things to the point where you can start manipulating them. You can start manipulating the shapes, make them become more organic, more lifelike, and you can start manipulating your knowledge on such topics. So hopefully that summarized the video in a simple way. I had no idea what I was gonna be what I was on. So as it relates to the Patreon, simply said and done, the Patreon is a place where I just want to start posting more. The fridge started at work and hopefully you guys don't hear that. Patreon. The reason why I brought the Patreon in the video is because the Patreon is a place where I want to start uploading more exclusive content, obviously, but at the same time I want to make sure that content is more geared towards stuff of interest, you know, artistic stuff like animations, deep documentary dives into certain topics of art, etc. You know, personal stories, comics, my own personal animations, my own personal stuff. So if you're interested in more tutorials, more cool stuff like whatever you're seeing here, then check out the Patreon. It really does help support the channel a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. Also, when it comes to my face, I just decided that it would be a little bit easier for me to make these videos if my face were involved in them. Therefore, I wouldn't always have to be using my 2D character. I could sometimes involve myself in the videos, and it makes it a bit easier on me when it comes to editing. So yeah, that's really why my face is in the video. So face reveal, I guess. Yeah. I'm still not home. I'm still at this place. This is just an Airbnb. Staying here for a little while. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then you kind of will have an idea why. Link below in the description. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully it had some level of substance to it. I'll do better next time when it comes to writing the scripts, so I wouldn't have to intervene with my past self and the bunch of gibberish that I've been talking about. But if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on post notifications, like the video, share the video with your friends if you thought that it was interesting, join the Discord, you know, check out the Patreon, you know, support the channel, and comment down below what you thought about the video, what you thought about everything. If it was good, if it was bad, let me know. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you find me at Markiicreative, you know, right here or something. And yeah, that's about it. You can leave now. I'm sweating bricks. Like, oh my god, I'm sweating bricks right now, guys. It's so hot here. Jeez. Yeah. Oh! You're still here? You could leave. Like, I know there's another video here somewhere. You can leave, bro. Huh? You're staying? Alright then. So how was your day?